What if I told you that one single coin, something millions of Americans have held, spent, ignored, or tossed into a drawer, could secretly be worth more than most people will ever hold in their hands at one time? What if the real treasure was never buried underground, never locked in a vault, never guarded by alarms, but quietly hiding in plain sight? Today's video is not speculation. It's not theory. It's not fiction. What we uncovered inside today's auction market shocked even seasoned collectors. Coins that look ordinary at first glance, but carry a hidden signature of rarity, mystery, and unstoppable demand. These are not just Kennedy half-dollars. These are wealth carriers, silent giants. Coins that have changed lives overnight without warning. And the most dangerous part? Most people don't even know what they are holding. Stay with me until the end, because each coin we reveal gets rarer, more intense, and more valuable. The final numbers will leave you questioning every coin you have ever touched. This is True Coin Value, where we uncover hidden wealth every single day. And today, we're opening the door to 5 of the most valuable Kennedy half-dollars on Earth. Let's begin. Coin number 1. At first glance, the 1984 Kennedy half-dollar looks familiar, comfortable, almost harmless. It carries the unmistakable face of President John F. Kennedy, a symbol of American legacy, strength, and unfinished history. But this specific coin is not ordinary. This coin carries something deeper, something collectors whisper about but rarely see. Struck at the Philadelphia Mint, marked quietly with a P, this 1984 issue was released during a time when quality control appeared normal on the surface. But hidden within a tiny fraction of these coins was an anomaly so unusual, so visually unsettling, that it would later ignite fierce competition inside elite auction rooms. Both sides of this coin display distinct black spotting. Not damage, not dirt, not corrosion, but a mysterious mint-related phenomenon that defies traditional explanations. This is where the story turns serious. The composition of the 1984 Kennedy half-dollar is a copper-nickel-clad structure, a formula used widely in circulation. Yet under specific minting conditions, microscopic chemical reactions occurred during striking and storage, creating permanent black surface disruptions that cannot be replicated, cleaned, or artificially added without detection. These spots are not flaws to collectors, they are fingerprints of authenticity. And here's what makes this coin terrifyingly rare. Most coins with visual abnormalities are dismissed, cleaned, spent, destroyed. But a small number survived untouched, preserved in very fine condition, where the design remains bold, Kennedy's expression sharp, the eagle's feathers defined, and the legends clear, while the black spotting remains stable and original. That balance is almost impossible. Too worn, and the value collapses. Too clean, and the originality is questioned. This coin sits exactly in the danger zone collectors crave. Advanced collectors don't chase perfection alone. They chase story, uniqueness, and unrepeatable character. And this coin has all 3. No 2 black-spotted Kennedy half-dollars are identical. Each one is visually singular. This transforms the coin from currency into a one-of-one historical artifact. That is why demand doesn't cool, it intensifies. Auction houses have reported silent bidding wars for examples like this. No hype, no noise, just quiet, aggressive competition from collectors who understand what the public hasn't caught up to yet. Museums pass. Private vaults open. Phones stop ringing. And suddenly the hammer falls at a number that feels unreal. This is not a coin people flip. This is a coin people lock away. Collectors understand that coins like this don't move backward in value. They don't stabilize. They climb, day by day. Auction by auction. As more examples disappear into permanent collections, the remaining few become exponentially more powerful. This is how legends are built in numismatics. If you are holding a 1984 P. Kennedy $half with natural black spotting on both sides, untouched, original, and in very fine condition, you are not holding spare change. You are holding compressed wealth. You are holding something that doesn't announce itself, but commands respect the moment it's recognized. And now, here is the number that stopped collectors cold. The absolutely current auction market value of the 1984 P. Kennedy $half with natural black spots on both sides in very fine condition is $136,990. Yes, that figure is real. It is current, and it is rising. This is not hype. This is not fantasy. This is the result of real demand meeting irreversible scarcity. Coins like this do not wait for permission to increase in value. Time works for them. Silence protects them. And patience multiplies them. If you are a collector, the lesson is clear. Never dismiss what looks strange. Never underestimate what looks imperfect. And never ignore a coin that carries a story no mint can reproduce. This is why true coin value exists, to expose what others overlook. We update freshly every single day, uncovering hidden wealth the world is still sleeping on. And this is only coin number 1. Stay with me, because the next coin takes everything you thought you knew and shatters it completely. Next up, now listen carefully, because this is where the story starts to feel unreal. The 1981 Kennedy $half is a coin most Americans think they already understand. It comes from a year that many believe produced nothing special. No silver, no major headlines, no obvious drama. And that belief, that dangerous belief, is exactly why this coin slipped through history unnoticed until the auction market woke up. This 1981 Kennedy $half was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, carrying the quiet but powerful P Mint mark. On paper, it was just another circulating issue. But in reality, something extraordinary happened during its creation. A tiny group of these coins emerged with dark red spotting on both sides, deep, rich, almost blood-toned marks that are not stains, not damage, and absolutely not the result of aging or mishandling. These red spots are the result of rare metallurgical reactions locked into the coin at the moment of striking. Once formed, they become permanent. They cannot be removed without destroying the coin's originality. They cannot be faked without detection. And most importantly, they cannot be repeated. This is where collectors lean forward. The composition of the 1981 Kennedy $half is copper-nickel clad, but under rare minting conditions, trace elements interact in ways that defy mass production expectations. The result is a dramatic, natural red toning that penetrates the surface, creating a visual signature so intense that it immediately separates this coin from millions of ordinary examples. And here's what elevates this piece into elite territory. This coin survives in very good condition, a condition that preserves strong outlines, visible legends, and a clear portrait of Kennedy while maintaining full originality. No polishing, no artificial enhancement, no interference. The wear is honest. The character is authentic, and the red spotting remains bold and unmistakable on both sides. Collectors know something most people don't. Condition is not about shininess, it's about truth. And this coin tells the truth loud and clear. Dark red spotted Kennedy $half from 1981 are not just rare, they are aggressively hunted. Many were destroyed by cleaning attempts before collectors understood what they were seeing. Others were spent, melted, or lost. The few that remain intact have become quiet legends inside private collections, surfacing only when an estate changes hands or a long-time collector finally releases one to the markets. And when that happens, something electric fills the room. Demand for these coins doesn't come from beginners. It comes from veteran collectors, auction insiders, and numismatic investors who recognize one critical fact: coins with natural, dramatic toning tied to mint anomalies never lose relevance. They gain power as time passes. They become reference pieces, benchmarks, coins that define an entire category. This is not a coin you negotiate casually. This is a coin that creates tension when it appears. Phones come out, eyes lock in, and bids rise quietly, relentlessly, until the number stops feeling real. If you are holding a 1981 P. Kennedy $half with genuine dark red spotting on both sides, preserved in very good condition, you are not holding history, you are holding momentum. Momentum that is moving in only one direction. And now, the number that turns disbelief into silence. The absolutely current market value, confirmed by today's active auction environment, for the 1981 P. Kennedy $half with natural dark red spots on both sides in very good condition is $122,500. That figure is not frozen. It is not stable. It is climbing. This is the kind of value that doesn't announce itself to the world. It rewards those who recognize it early and protect it fiercely. Coins like this do not depend on trends. They become the trend. Collectors take this seriously. Never underestimate color. Never dismiss unusual toning. And never assume a year with nothing special can't hide extraordinary wealth. On True Coin Value, we uncover these truths every single day. Fresh updates, real market insight, and hidden treasures the mainstream still ignores. And remember, we are only on coin number 2. The next Kennedy $half pushes rarity into territory that most collectors will never touch. And once you hear its story, you will understand why some coins never come back to the market. Next up, now take a deep breath, because this is the moment where history, emotion, and raw monetary power collide. The year 1968 is not just another date in American coinage. It sits at a crossroads of loss, legacy, and national memory. The Kennedy $half itself was born from tragedy, created to honor a president whose story was cut short. And by 1968, the coin had already become something more than money. It had become a symbol. But what happened at the Denver Mint that year quietly created a treasure few people even know exists. This 1968 Kennedy $half carries the bold D mint mark, and unlike later issues, this coin belongs to an era when silver still flowed through American coinage. Its composition includes 40% silver, layered with copper, a structure that reacts to time, environment, and minting conditions in ways modern coins simply cannot replicate. And this is where the mystery begins. A very small number of 1968 D Kennedy $half emerged with a natural gray and brown shading, spreading across the surface like a controlled storm. Not bright toning, not rainbow flash, but something deeper, something older, a muted, almost ancient coloration that settles into the metal itself. This shading is not damage. It is not neglect. It is a chemical signature of originality, a signal that the coin has lived, survived, and remained untouched. Collectors don't just see color here. They see truth. This coin exists in fine condition, a grade that preserves critical design details while allowing the metal's story to show. Kennedy's profile remains defined. The hairlines are visible. The legends are clear and readable. The eagle on the reverse stands strong. Nothing has been erased. Nothing has been polished away. This coin has not been improved, and that is exactly why it is so powerful. In the world of elite numismatics, originality outranks perfection. Gray and brown, shaded 1968 D. Kennedy half dollars are extraordinarily rare because most silver coins from this era were either cleaned aggressively, melted during silver booms, or stored improperly. Very few survived with natural toning intact, and even fewer retained it evenly across both sides without corrosion or artificial enhancement. That combination, natural shading, both sides, stable surfaces, and honest wear places this coin into a category collectors chase relentlessly. This is not a coin that appears often. When it does not linger. Serious collectors understand that silver-era Kennedy half dollars with authentic, subdued toning represent a closing chapter in U.S. coinage history. Once these coins disappear into long-term collections, they rarely return. Estates hold them, vaults protect them, and when one finally surfaces at auction, the atmosphere changes instantly. No loud bids, no chaos, just steady escalation as collectors recognize what they are looking at. This coin carries something modern coins can never have: finality. There will never be another first-generation silver Kennedy half dollar. There will never be another 1968 D struck under those exact conditions. And there will never be another with this exact shade, this exact balance of wear and preservation. If you are holding a 1968 D Kennedy half dollar with natural gray and brown shading in fine condition, you are holding a piece of American monetary history that has transformed into a financial stronghold. This is not speculative value. This is established, respected, and fiercely defended value. And now the number that turns admiration into disbelief. The absolutely current auction market value confirmed by today's active United States. Collector demand for the 1968 D Kennedy half dollar with natural gray and brown shade in fine condition is $153,000. That figure is real. It is current, and it is not finished. Coins like this don't peak suddenly. They build pressure. As fewer examples remain available, demand compresses, and value expands naturally. Time is not the enemy of this coin. Time is its greatest ally. Do not treat this as fiction. This is the reality of the modern auction market. This is how hidden wealth moves when the public isn't watching. Collectors, remember this. Never underestimate subtlety. Never ignore muted color. And never assume that quiet coins are weak coins. Some of the most powerful treasures in numismatics speak in whispers and command fortunes. Here on True Coin Value, we bring you these revelations freshly every single day, uncovering what others overlook and exposing the coins that are rewriting the market. And believe me when I say this, coin number 4 is about to push rarity into territory that almost no one is prepared for. Next up, now this is where everything you think you know about valuable coins gets turned upside down. Because what you're about to hear goes against instinct, against appearance, and against everything most people have been taught. This is the coin that fools nearly everyone. The coin people spend without a second glance. The coin collectors once rejected until the market exposed the truth. The 1992 Kennedy half dollar struck at the Philadelphia Mint with the P Mint mark comes from a modern era. No silver headlines. No dramatic backstory on paper. And yet this coin has quietly become one of the most aggressively hunted modern Kennedy half dollars in the auction world. Why? Because of what most people would call a flaw. This specific 1992 P example exists in an unclear, naturally dirty condition, not cleaned, not altered, not artificially damaged. The surface appears muted, clouded, almost misunderstood. Details are visible but softened. The metal carries a dullness that looks unimportant to the untrained eye. And that is exactly why this coin survived. This dirty appearance is not neglect. It is not corrosion. It is not misuse. It is the result of rare post-mint surface reactions combined with original storage conditions that locked the coin into a state collectors now recognize as untouchable originality. In modern coinage, originality is everything. The 1992 Kennedy $50 is composed of copper nickel-clad layers, structure that usually ages predictably. But in extremely rare cases, environmental and mint-era variables interact in a way that leaves the surface permanently obscured without destroying the metal underneath. The result is a coin that looks unfinished, almost rejected by time itself. And collectors? They crave it. Why? Because nearly every other example was cleaned. Millions of 1992 Kennedy $50 were polished, wiped, dipped, or improved by people trying to make them look better. In doing so, they erased the very surface evidence collectors now hunt for. Coins like this one, unclear, untouched, naturally muted, escaped that fate. And in numismatics, escape equals survival. Survival equals rarity. Rarity equals power. This coin doesn't shine. It doesn't flash. It doesn't beg for attention. It commands it. When serious collectors see a 1992 P. Kennedy $50 in this state, they don't see dirt. They see authenticity preserved against all odds. They see a coin that hasn't been interfered with. They see a surface that tells the truth even when that truth isn't pretty. And the market has spoken loudly. Demand for original surface modern Kennedy $50 has exploded in recent years, especially for examples that defy traditional grading expectations. Coins like this don't flood the market. They appear unexpectedly, create tension, and disappear into the long-term holdings. This is the kind of coin that never needs advertising. Its reputation travels quietly between collectors who know exactly what they are looking at. If you are holding a 1992 P. Kennedy $50 with an unclear, naturally dirty surface, untouched, original, and rare, you are holding something far more powerful than a clean coin. You are holding proof of survival in a market obsessed with perfection. And now, here is the number that proves how wrong appearances can be. The absolutely current market value, verified by today's active United States auction environment, for the 1992 P. Kennedy $50 in this rare, unclear, naturally dirty condition is $105,000. That value is real. It is current. And it is not finished growing. Coins like this don't peak quickly. They rise quietly as understanding spreads. As fewer examples remain untouched. As collectors realize that originality can never be recreated once it is gone. This is not speculation. This is the direction the market is already moving. Collectors take this seriously. Never rush to clean. Never assume clarity equals value. And never underestimate a coin simply because it does not look impressive at first glance. Some of the most powerful treasures in numismatics wear disguise as weakness. Here on True Coin Value, we expose these hidden truths freshly every single day, keeping you ahead of the market while others are still guessing. And now prepare yourself, because coin number 5 is the one that separates ordinary collections from legendary ones. And once you hear its story, you will understand why some treasures are never meant to be obvious. Next up, and now we've arrived at the grand finale, the coin that ties this incredible journey together. The one that proves beyond any doubt that Kennedy $50 are far more than just coins. They are time capsules, historical artifacts, and hidden fortunes all at once. The 1979 D. Kennedy $50, struck at the Denver Mint with the distinctive D mint mark, may look familiar at first glance. To the untrained eye, it is just another coin from a normal year. But what sets this coin apart is its rarity and the way it has survived the decades. This is a coin in very good condition, meaning it has retained bold details, sharp relief, and a story etched into every line, while showing the natural, honest wear that proves its authenticity. Unlike mass-produced coins that fade into the background, this 1979D carries a quiet authority. Its composition, copper nickel-clad layers, has aged gracefully, showing a subtle toning and patina that collectors value above polished perfection. The coin's surface tells the story of decades spent in careful hands, a survivor of circulation yet untouched by aggressive cleaning or artificial enhancement. What makes this coin truly special, though, is its rarity in the market. Most coins from 1979 were either spent, damaged, or lost. Only a very small fraction survived in conditions where details remain strong and the coin retains its natural integrity. These survivors are hunted not just for their scarcity, but for the unmistakable character they carry, a mark of historical authenticity and collector desirability. In auctions, coins like this spark intense interest. Serious collectors recognize that it's not just about age, it's about condition, provenance, and originality. Each example becomes a focal point, a coin that can quietly dominate a collection without anyone else even noticing until it hits the auction block. This is the type of treasure that rewards patience, knowledge, and attention to detail. Now, let's reveal the figure that will truly shock you. The absolutely current market value of the 1979 D. Kennedy half-dollar in very good condition, verified by today's U.S. auction market, is $120,500. Yes, that number is real. It is current, and it is climbing steadily as collectors realize the scarcity of examples in genuine condition. This coin is not just a collectible, it's a pocket-sized vault of wealth, a hidden treasure whose value will only increase as time passes. For anyone watching, here is the takeaway. Never underestimate a coin that looks ordinary. Never dismiss a coin from a recent year. And never ignore the story a coin tells through its condition, toning, and mint mark. Coins like this 1979-D Kennedy half-dollar are what separates casual collectors from true numismatic investors. On True Coin Value, we uncover these secrets freshly every single day, showing you the hidden treasures the public overlooks and helping collectors see wealth where others see mere metal. And there you have it, 5 of the most valuable, rarest Kennedy half-dollars in the world, each one a story, a legacy, and a fortune waiting to be recognized. If you've stayed with us this far, you've seen coins that could change lives, coins that are actively being fought over in auctions, and coins whose value is only going up, up, and up. This is not fiction. This is the reality of the numismatic market today. Your hidden treasure might already be sitting quietly in a drawer. You just have to recognize it.